Now, from the main stage, Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers.
One day the train was passing, I called coming by. I looked this whole world over, under God's blue sky. My darling stood there weeping as I was looking back. I left the baby crying in the smoke along the track. Goodbye, so long, until I come back home, you'll be my dream. Goodbye, so long, there's lots of places that I've never seen. I've always been a drifter, and I'll come back where I left you crying in the smoke along the track. Keep on going, it helps me when I win. Forget the urge to travel, that's all I want to do. I know that I can't settle down because I've got wrong. When I hear that whistle blow, I've got to move along. Goodbye, so long, there's something down the track keeps calling me. Goodbye, so long, I guess that's just the way I'll always be. When I get that feeling, don't try and hold me back. I'll only leave you crying in the smoke along the track. I know my baby loves me, you love my baby too. She don't understand me when I'm feeling so blue. When I hear that whistle blow, I hurry home to pack. I'm gonna leave her crying in the smoke along the track. Goodbye, so long, I hate to leave you, but I've got to go. Goodbye, so long, it's coming, I just heard that whistle blow. It'll be here in a minute, you wait and I'll look back. I'm gonna leave you crying in the smoke along the track. Saw a shoeless little boy playing by a railroad track. Heard his mama call to him from the front door of the shack. Saw a blind man and his dog as they crossed a busy street. Saw the police on the corner as he walked along his beat. And life goes on, it's just another day. A day of happiness for some a day of strife. All in all, it's another day from life. Saw a shaggy little dog as he chased a speeding car. Saw the firemen on the scene as they fought the raging fire. Saw a long-haired bearded boy give a pretty girl a glance. Heard a man on bended knee begging for another chance. And life goes on, it's just another day. A day of happiness for some a day of strife. All in all, it's another day from life. Saw a broken little man stagger from a skid row bar. Saw a toothless little lad as he rolled a worn-out tire. Heard a freight train leaving town with the whistle blowing blue. Heard about our nation's woes on the Channel 7 News. And life goes on, it's just another day. A day of happiness for some a day of strife. All in all, it's another day from life. she came from Tipperary in the Pioneer days of 42. Her old man was shot in Tombstone City for the making of his good old Mountain Dew. Come down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come down the mountain, Katy. Ain't you hear us calling Katy Daly? We want to drink your good old Mountain Dew. Pay attention, Katy Daly. I am the judge that's gonna set these Jews. Now all the boys in court have drunk your whiskey, and to tell the truth, I drank a little too. Come down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come down the mountain, Katy Dew. Can't you hear us calling Katy Daly? We wanna drink your good old Mountain Dew. Picker's been singing about Mountain Dew for ages now, at least since the days of Grandpa Jones. He sang about Mountain Dew. This is about a moonshine lady named Katy Daly. We've been bringing her down the mountain ever since our band started. Fun little tune. They call it White Lightning down in the Ozarks. I don't know what they call it in Minnesota. Whatever you call it, that homemade whiskey is all the same. It'll make your nose big and red, make you talk big and loud, make you take back stuff you didn't even steal. Don't know if there's any moonshine whiskey in the campground here, but I'm sure we'll all know about it if there is any by midnight tonight. Not me personally, but we did come to have a ton of fun with you. We thank our MC for the kind introduction for the Radio Ramblers from southwestern Ohio. That's kind of home base for the band. We do have some Kentuckians among us. We'll do some formal introductions in a second, but I'll just tell you this. He's from way up in eastern Kentucky, the Mandolin Man is. He's from a spot so poor they got to put two babies in the same diaper to make ends meet. And they still make a batch of that homemade moonshine whiskey up in his part of Kentucky every now and then. Matter of fact, we were on tour this past winter and got some bad news. He had left his favorite uncle in charge of the family bottling works while we were on tour out west. He had an uncle that was a lifetime member of Alcoholics Unanimous. He had him keeping an eye on everything while we were out of town. He come by the back of the woodshed right about dark and got a hold of the wrong quart jar. Drunk a whole quart of shellac. Killed him graveyard dead. But what a finish. And so the jail they took poor Katy Daly. But very soon the gates were open wide. An angel came for poor old Katy Daly and took her far across the great divide. Come down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come down the mountain, Katy Dew. She'll never more be coming down the mountain, and never more will drink her Mountain Dew. Thank you very much, and it's great to be here in Minnesota. Our band's been on the road hot and heavy the last 4 or 5 years. First time we were here in the land of 1,000 lakes, 10,000 lakes. Sorry about that. Land of 10,000 lakes, 10 billion mosquitoes. We were here 2 summers ago and got to be with Tim and Cindy and all the folks up at the Lakes Bluegrass Festival. Yeah. We love music with a message. Our latest CD has one song that's been all of last year in the top 30 at all bluegrass radio stations, and we're glad for that because it's a song we need to hear and we need to remind each other about the message in the music here. Here's our song entitled Some Kind of War.
She was only driving 20
on the highway into town. A man behind her honked his horn, saying, put that cell phone down. You're gonna make me late to work, and honey, I ain't got all day. He didn't know her dad was on the line, telling her mom just passed away. It's hard to know what someone's going through unless you're standing right there in their shoes. It's not always on CNN or on some distant shore. Life itself can be a battlefield, and we're all fighting some kind of war. He sleeps out in the alley, out behind the corner bar. People look at him and wonder how he ever sank that far. The fire was 7 years ago, when his wife and children died. When he lost his family, he lost his self-respect and pride. It's hard to know what someone's going through unless you're standing right there in their shoes. Not always on CNN or on some distant shore. Life itself can be a battlefield, and we're all fighting some kind of war. Lord, help me stop and understand before I rush to judge my fellow man. Not always on CNN, it's down the street and right next door. Life itself can be a battlefield, and we're all fighting some kind of war. Life itself can be a battlefield, we're all fighting some kind of war.